While it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and the clash that we have in store today. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bulls offense takes the field. This has an old school feel to it as this running back makes his way onto the field, and all eyes are fixed. They are glued on him.
Yeah, the old school, because nowadays it's usually quarterbacks and the other guys that get all the attention, but this guy's so good. He is the focal point. He's the guy everybody's looking to. He's the tone setter. He's the physical bell cow for this team. He will get the rock early and often.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Using his legs, it's Ortega. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse, getting to the middle of the season, and you got to continue to evolve, right, and be ready for some of these rivalries.
No doubt about it. And I think they also like the fact that they've got some guys stepping up and making plays consistently. It's one thing to do it off in non-conference play against weaker competition early in the year, but now that you're into the meat of your ACC schedule, they've got guys on.
Oh, picked off. He'll try to take it back, and they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
First down for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Lofted toward the sideline, intercepted! And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. 1st and 10 from their own 1, and they really need to create some breathing room. Give to the big fullback. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Goes to the option. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let it...
There's a live football. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And as a quarterback, you've got to be able to take advantage of the situation. You were given the ball in tremendous field position. You've thrown 2 straight incompletions. You can't squander this opportunity. You need a big play here.
Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Great job by pass defense down here with their backs against the wall. They're doing a good job really constricting these windows for the quarterback to throw into and getting pressure on the QB, making them pay every time they drop the quarterback back to throw.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. UConn answered the bell away from the Rent today with an impressive victory. The Huskies knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Johnson looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Complete out of the backfield. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. And the Bulls will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Oh, he wants it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Bulls are on the move. Wide receiver shows motion. Hand off from the shotgun. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up fourth.
And the Bulls need to pick it up on fourth down. Quarterback will audible. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Line gets set. First down. Got the quick completion. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw. It'll be fourth down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advancing.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Johnson wants to throw it, trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you know, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive...
Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that one.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. The Bulls want to move quickly. On third down, going up top. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Clemson will send the punt team out. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Looking for a block. It's Ortega. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication.
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another.
Going for it all. Into the house. Touchdown, USF.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. On target over the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. From the gun, running back on the move. At the 35, he's got room. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. And the Bulls will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this...
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And that's the 4th sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again. This offensive line has to step up.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Handoff to the lone back. Finds a little space. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. slips through the line. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Johnson looking to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Fast motion from the offense. They're throwing for it on fourth down. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Touchdown Bulls! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. South Carolina is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Jadeveon Clowney had a hand in getting this kid to Columbia, so if he here, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by just 2 to Alabama. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Offense working from the pistol. The give to the back. Plows through the defense. Got room at the 35. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. The inside handoff. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. That is a costly penalty on this defense. Now they're dealing with a 2nd and 2. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. The Tigers will keep this drive going.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Clemson set up with another first down. From the gun, looking for a man. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Quickly complete. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And Yeah, great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want mid.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touch.
Incomplete.
Just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Johnson wants to throw it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, going to the air. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. The Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Swings it out to the flat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
Movement here from the tight end. Trying play action. And the quarterback is snowed under.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Bulls send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. He's got great speed. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Clemson jumps to the line. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Yeah, I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him and they convert. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with the first down at the 31.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and, man, you know he's looking for more.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
What a great job outside working that route. Not only did he get to the sticks to make sure he got the first down, but also was able to get himself out of bounds to stop the clock. You could not do that any better in a 2-minute situation.
He'll pull it on the read. Runs through the tackle. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Tiger. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
Try to barge their way in. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
14, Clemson, 11.
Coming out with it, it's Ortega. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this will be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms, in all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Johnson looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Going for it all. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. The Bulls will punt it away on 4th down. He really needs to get away a good kick here. Corrals it at the 45. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down. He's going to pass. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. It's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. 3rd and long, and they'll need to get it close to the goal line to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. And that is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Well, how about this one? A fun one. These guys came in as underdogs, and they walk out as the winner.
They didn't care they were unranked. That's not what they were worried about. Oh, this team's ranked. They weren't looking at any different. They were looking to come in and get the W and execute. Great job believing they could come, Jesse, and knock them off.
Yeah, you're right, David. This team came in with something to prove, and they knew they had a national audience that was going to be paying attention to this game. What a great job going out under the lights, big-time stage against a ranked opponent, and really putting their A game out there on the field.